Patron, take them away.
Okay guys, hope you're well. Here we are, Friday. I've just had a great meeting with the guys and we were discussing set and forgets. And what I've done is I've laid up one on the US CAD. Now, might take it all day to play out, might do it in about 10 minutes, who knows. But I'm looking for about 10 pips as sort of the baseline target, and then we'll get more by pulling backwards on itself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the setup and then tell you a little bit after the trade about what the set and forgets are. Now, if I just take these off for just a second, we're going to lay this up slightly different. All right. I can see there's a surge here. Now, set and forget is exactly what it says it is. It's just forget what you've done. Now, looking at this, it's got a long way to bear, but it's like a falling knife. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start some orders on this yellow line here. If I drop this back to the hour slightly, might be able to see it a bit cleaner. You'll see that there is a plateau of sorts here. So we're going to put our first order in now. And we're just going to put it on said level for 10 pips. Okay, so that's the first order. Okay, now hopefully it'll get picked up. Now if it doesn't, well, then it doesn't, and the thing leaves us behind. I've then got to sort of work out where this is. So this here is the top of the plateau, just here. All right. So is that a good place to stage? Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit extra because I like to have 2, 3 barriers. So you've got 1, 2, 3 barriers there. So I'm going to kind of stage it up to here somewhere. All right, just as a base. So that's what we can see. So if we drop it to 15 minutes, just so that I can now look at this, I want to have a little look to see exactly what a fib would be on this. So from there down onto the order, let's have a little look here. So last point of entry is there. So I'm going to just use these fibs, and then what you can see is you can see the 61's there. So we'll have an order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to there. That's where I'm going to stage it to. All right, and then from there, this is damage. Oh, talking of damage control, thank you very much. Got my coffee. Oh, and I got it in my new BlackBull mug as well. Look at that. Ah, fantastic. I was really pleased when that turned up the other day. I really was. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop some orders in on this, but they're all going to run to about 10 pips. Okay, so I'm going to drop that there. Now this one, obviously didn't change that one, so we'll kind of work out where 10 pips is. That'll do. It's Friday, so they're all going to come in and around this area. So it doesn't look a great deal, does it? You know, you think, yeah, fucking hell, it's hardly got anywhere to go. That's the point. I'm going to put some orders here, here, and here. Now, some of them will trigger, some of them won't. And we'll live and die by the decision. Just going to move that onto there. Now, what this is going to do for me, so I've got 1, 2, 3. Helps calm the process down. Now there is a different way of doing it. I do use an extension, and I've got it laid up in such a way that it works things out equally. But I just wanted to put a fib on and show you how it reacts to fib levels based on a move of sorts. Okay. Now there is the argument that it's not on the top, it's not on the bottom, etc. All I've used it for is a measuring tool. That's it. You know. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, that's enough. All right. So what's this going to do? Well, it's a very simple trade setup, to be honest. Take it to 5 minutes, where I'll just leave the camera running for you. I've got it zoned into areas that are like activity area. I'll have to worry when it gets into this area. Why will I have to worry at this area? Because it's potential bounce, and if it breaks through, I've got a problem. So I'll have to have a checkpoint, mental checkpoint. Again, this is about as far as it can possibly get. These targets in and around this area here, they're safe. Not only are they safe, I want this to come against me, to come back down on itself. Because then the better it gets up, the better prices I get. If it just runs for me, so what? It just ran for me and I called it right. Brilliant. Let's play it out, and I'll come back to you and we'll talk about the psychology of set and forget after the trade. So guys, back from the pub. Had a lovely lunch out. Not so sure about the place though, it's a bit girly. But what about this? What's happened here? Well, I left it running just so you can kind of see it. And I got an alert on my phone sort of saying it at top 300 quid. And I just killed it. Sacrificed a bit of trade off. And I was fine and I was correct to do it at this level. Because look, told you I was going to stage it this morning into this section. And I didn't want it to really go beyond that section. So as long as it stayed between the two, more than happy to let it do its thing. So, tickets are empty. And there you go. So we lost 9 quid on one trade, but we made collectively a decent amount off the others. Couple that with the JP that I'd done this morning, and over the last couple of days, 643 quid. Now, while I was actually doing this, I decided that I'd kind of take advantage of what set and forget is and talk to you while the trade was running. So let me go get a coffee, and while I'm having a coffee, you can see what I did while this trade was running.
Well, we're waiting.
Oh. Happy days, happy days, happy days. Okay guys, well, the video that you're seeing earlier on is actually getting recorded while I'm doing this voiceover. And this is the beauty of set and forget. Now normally I'm intense with what I'm doing. I'm constantly looking at the chart to make certain it's fine. And then I have occasional break where I go get my coffee like I just have. But it's quite intense. Now when it comes to doing a set and forget, well, that's a slightly different story, because I've got loads of time. I set that trade up this morning, had a good meeting with the guys, and I'll quickly show you, because I can kind of switch this bit here off. So we're up here, there's my Discord. I can watch what's going on with the Discord a little bit while I'm watching this play out. Now at the moment it's currently in profit. Not really bothered because it's set and forget. I've got my daft music here. I can see what's going on. Have a bit of a sing song if I so wish. You know, what else have I got in my setup? Got another little screen here that I use, which is like on my phone. And then I've got a second rig here, which is actually Joanne's rig. But if I need to, I can log into that as well. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screens here to monitor what's going on. Now if I'm doing set and forgets, which is essentially what I'm doing today, that's it, done. You know, put it on, forget about it. I've got all the time in the world to do as much work as I want. But I might even want to play, because if I come here, I'll show you something. Yeah. Turn around this side, I might want to play with all my toys. You know, I've got all my Star Wars figures and everything here. I've got my collectibles down here. I've got more down here. Because if anything's ever sent to me, I always keep it. You know, and I've got all the mugs that have been sent to me here. And then actually something for you, Steph. Little milk tray. We were talking about this the other week. How was that? Bumper edition of Viz. But I could read it if I want to. This is the wonderful thing. But I keep all sorts. The other day you saw BlackBull send me a load of gifts, because I've done quite well with them. But not only send me gifts, they sent me a lovely handwritten letter. And I keep that as well. So where am I rambling with all of this lot? What's it got to do with the price of bread? What's to do with taking your time back? I've got enough time to do what I want, when I want, but more importantly, how I want. So let me just explain this. Let me put this back down. See, I'm not a film editor. I do everything sort of ad hoc. What you see is what you get. You either like it or you don't. If you like it, hit the subscribe button. I do this every day. If you're stuck, reach out. I will talk to you. Can't always give you the right answer, but I can give you something from experience. That's something that a lot of people can't give you because they'll talk just bollocks. You might think what I'm talking is bollocks, but at least I show it all the time. So why set and forget? Well, it's actually a little salute to Michael, because this is what got my head kind of spinning around a little bit and thinking about all of this. Mindset is a big thing when it comes to trading. The technicals, as you've seen this morning, are easy. Put your levels on, it's constant on the chart. Put your fibs on, where the hypothetical stretch points of the chart. And then just watch how the price's reaction to gain direction. Get your direction right, it'll forgive the bad entry. So that part of it is very simple. The hard part is you. Because when you're watching minute charts, 5 minute charts, you're engine for the action. You want the action, you need the action. You start getting stressed. Then when you get stressed, you don't make informed choices. You make stupid choices. Then you see the trade going wrong. So you panic again. And what do you do there? Well, you hang on to the loss too long and the winner's too short. Set and forget. Eliminate all of that. You put an order in where you roughly want to enter the market, dip your toe in, stage it up to your stop wherever it happens to be, and then have a set target at the other side. And as long as collectively they are going to make money. So in other words, when it goes up, you want it to go up maybe halfway into where the stop is. That's not uncommon. You know, very rarely somebody will enter the market and it'll only go a pip or so against them and then off to the races. And if you do that 80 times out of 100, fantastic. Just make certain the 20% that you leave on the table doesn't wipe you out. But letting a trade run halfway to stop is not uncommon. So take advantage of it, stage into it. And then as long as that maths works out to your target and against the stop is almost equal, 1-on-1, it just means you're always running on a 50% basis. If it goes from the gate straight away, brilliant. So what? So what? And for all those that are going to put the comments in going, you're missing money out, because they do. I'm not. It just means on that odd occasion, it ran for me. On the other occasions where it does go against me, clips the extra orders, then goes to target, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm not losing money at all. So again, I'm not stressed at all. It's all part of the plan. Now, trading is the most divisive industry code. Why? Because it's full of morons who think they know better. I see them in the comments and they get blocked every day simply because I just haven't got the energy to argue with them. I don't want to be stressed. If you disagree with me, fine, disagree with me, but don't call me a dickhead. You know, don't go, oh, I'm wrong and I'm right sort of thing. You're both right. Set and forgets can do that as well. We looked at it this morning where you could have two traders going opposite directions, both right, same chart, same time frame, as long as they were mapped out in a logical way. So there's no right or wrong answers, guys. Everything you need is in front of you. Everything you need is on the charts. And it starts and ends with levels. You get your levels right, rest of the job's easy. I'd like to think I'm very good at finding my levels. And the guys that follow me, and I look after them in the squad, are now starting to see how those levels play out. And they're starting to step forward. There is no magic system. And if there is, would you tell anybody? Would you need to? No. So just always think about the basics. And the basics are, draw your time frames in correctly. Hourly charts, 15, 5, 1 minute. Nothing to do with your trade. They are purely to enter your trade, with maybe the hour as an exception. Hourly and above, you will start getting an idea of direction and sense of what the chart is trying to achieve, which is what I've done this morning. Levels will show you where potential bounce points are, and they're all high time frame levels as well. Fibs will show you the stretch points, and then finally you just have to time the entry. And if you haven't got time, set and forget will sort all of that out, because you just put an order in roughly where you think the market's going to bounce, let it get on with it. Put a target in that's relevant to the time. In other words, if it's got an ATR of 90, divide that 90 by 3 gives you 30, divide 30 by 3 gives you 10. Your minimum target to make it worth going to market is 10 pips. Very, very simple, guys. Very, very simple. So if you're stuck, I'm very easy found. Drop in the comments. You'll see all my contact details pinned there. There's also links to brokers that I use or tools that can help you. And then from there, just best of luck. You know, the job ain't difficult. In fact, it's very easy. And if you do it like what I've done this morning, it's incredibly easy because you don't have to do anything. You just place your order, bagger off, have a look at it a couple of hours later, and you'll either live or die by the decision. So as always, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.